General, hello. General. What's his? This is. I remember.
March 7th. Are you not? Then why are you?
Tremendous creations. Nap time. What is that? I know what this is. It's a Belobog heater. Wait a minute. What's a Belobog heater doing at the healer's market? Looks like part of one experience has infiltrated another. A foreign object, so to speak. A foreign object? That sounds like a medical issue. Will it require surgery? No. I believe the object is a sign of the Matrix purging distortion. It has managed to trace back to another one of your experiences. Make contact with the object. Let's see if we can jump over into that experience. Belobog. I've seen that name somewhere in the astral charts. There are many similar star systems on the Xianzhou trade routes. Unfortunately, all of them lost contact after the appearance of the Antimatter Legion. Yeah, Belobog is a kind of snowy doomsday city. There are heaters like this all over the place. Otherwise, people wouldn't survive. Come on, Master Diviner. I'll give you a whirlwind tour of Belobog. Is touching a heater a good idea? This thing is red hot. What if my hand turns extra crispy? It's okay. This is a memory space. If something hasn't injured you in reality, then it cannot injure you in memory. Well, I was never beaten up by Jing Yuan in reality either. Enough of that. Touch it. Hey, don't pull on my hand. Ow, ow, ow! Hot, hot, hot! What the actual... That thing was flaming hot! You said things that never happened to me in reality couldn't happen here. I said that if something hasn't injured you in reality, then it cannot injure you in memory. I didn't say anything about the sensation of injury. So this is Belobog. I was expecting it to be cold. It's freezing. What? Master Diviner, aren't you cold? I can't stop shivering. Most likely a result of me never having experienced true cold. I'm afraid you'll have to do the shivering by yourself. On the Luofu, you and I have shared experiences. And so I was able to provide more active assistance. But in Belobog, you'll have to rely on your own judgment to ascertain the source of distortion and get the foreign object to appear. Yeah, I get it. Oh, Miss March, I have one more thing to ask. Have you ever experienced great suffering? What? I don't think so. Why are you suddenly asking me that? Sometimes people forget extreme memories to protect themselves from suffering. Perhaps you didn't notice, but in your memories of the Luofu, everyone you met was either hinting or explicitly stating that you should stop trying to remember. I believe this is most likely your subconscious communicating with you directly. Though, of course, we cannot rule out that external forces may have interfered with your memory. In the latter case, it is possible that someone decided to leave warnings in your subconscious to prevent you from recalling the truth. Am I really that important to someone? I don't think there's anyone who'd go to all the trouble of locking up my memories. And yet, memories are precisely what you seek, no? I say this to say one thing. Are you certain you wish to continue exploring your memories? You said external forces might be messing with my head, right? That just makes me more curious. No one gets away with locking up my memories. Let's go. I'll show you the way to Goethe Hotel. Very well. I must admit that I'm finding the whole matter more interesting by the minute. This memory should be from the first day we arrived in Belobog. By the second day, we were wanted criminals already. The person present who shouldn't be. Who could it be?
This March 7th. Welcome to the Sampo Hotel. I'm Japard, the security here.
Why would hotel security need to be armed to the teeth? Is there great lawlessness in Belobog? No. Japard is the captain of the Silvermane Guards, just like how the Luofu has its own Cloud Knights captains. I have no idea what he's doing running security at a hotel like this, though. It isn't so surprising. In attempting to pursue the rational, we piece together the unrelated. The result is a seemingly meaningful fantasy. A fantasy called life.
Excuse me, Miss March. Do you need anything? If there's nothing else, please let me get back to my duty. Also, allow me to remind you, you cannot change the past. The future is all that's left for you.
That actually does feel like something he would say.
The tea service at Goethe Hotel is first class, especially this Whale-Tide Spring. They say that an architect once used the preservation's power to make camellias bloom on the snow plains, and that this tea is made from those leaves.
Whale-Tide Spring? Isn't that a variety of Xianzhou tea? My brain must be filling in the blanks. Probably because I never drank any famous tea in Belobog.
Ugh, so bitter! Yuck! Bitter tea is good for your health. Ugh, bitter is bitter. If it tastes like that, it doesn't really matter how good for you it is. There's an old saying in Belobog, blessed is he who can eat the bitterest of bitter.
These experiences are becoming increasingly distorted. Seems like my subconscious mind has no talent for screenwriting. I'm not sure your conscious mind does either. I'm not denying it.
Welcome to the Sampo Hotel, Miss March. The Sampo Hotel used to be called the Goethe Hotel. After old Goethe retired, Sampo managed to trick his way into acquiring this place.
and renamed it after himself. Luckily, the high-quality service of the hotel remains undiminished. It's still the best place to stay in the administrative district. I should mention, the Sampo Hotel's new slogan is, "Don't think about the past, strive for your future." Sounds like the kind of ad copy that Miss March would like.
This girl seems quite trustworthy.
That's just the work of my subconscious mind.
Miss March! Long time no see.
The Sampo Hotel? This is Goethe Hotel!
Was Goethe Hotel. Now it's the Sampo Hotel. In the autumn of his years, old Goethe got too old to run this place, so he handed it down to his most trusted young confidant, Sampo Gusky. And before you get the wrong idea, there was zero trickery involved. This was a cherished agreement between gentlemen. You see, old Goethe and I chose to face the future instead of clinging to memories of the past. You should do the same, March.
This blue-haired fellow has an air of deceit about him every time he opens his mouth.
You don't need a jade abacus to get a feel for Sampo.
Welcome to the Sampo Hotel. The Sampo. Luckily, I should mention
This girl.
That's just...
Miss March 7th.
Why would hotel?
no.
It isn't so.
Excuse me, also.
That... Long time no see.
March? The Express, March.
God.
These warnings are on go.
It sure is. I remember our second day in Belobog was mostly us being hunted down by Silvermane guards. We didn't meet Zila until way later. Which means Zila shouldn't be appearing in this memory. She's the source of the interference.
In which case, we must eliminate her.
Seems like you don't trust me.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's just...
An answer is not required. She's merely a mirage hindering your progress.
I understand. Let's do this.
Tremendous creations.
That's better.
Creations!
What's this? Let me see. Developed on Herta Space Station.
Seems like this must be the foreign object. The next experience should be meeting her for the first time. Herta Space Station.
Shame we didn't get to see the stunning vistas of the snow plains. This hotel lobby must have left a deep impression on you.
Well, waking up after a great sleep in a comfy bed to find out you're a wanted criminal tends to leave a deep impression. Let's move on to the next stop. The last stop. Let's go.
So long as you're ready.
I'll take a monitor over a red-hot heater any day.
March, wake up. We have to hurry.
Huh? Are we going?
Fu Xuan? Who's that? Come with me. Asta said that the Stellaron is stored in that room up ahead. I'm guessing the Legion might also be interested in its whereabouts.
I know, Sun Hung. Where are you? Master Diviner? Can you hear me? Darn it, something must have gone wrong. What am I gonna do? What?
March, can you... me... I'm getting more and more evidence that your memories have suffered interference. But I don't know where from.
Looks like I'll have to do it by myself this time.
March, have you forgotten your past experiences? Surely your bow there is enough evidence for you. You were once a Galaxy Ranger, engaged in a bitter fighting battle with the remnants of the Swarm. You rescued a planet in the Emerald System that was about to be swallowed by a black hole, smashing through Dr. Primitive's carefully laid plans. You were severely wounded during the battle for Vonwalk. The leader of the Rangers encased you in ice to protect you and waited for you to recover.
My bow? But Himeko made that for me. You're lying.
March, if you insist on looking back, you'll find nothing but confusion and chaos. You were the last princess, and also the last survivor of the Diamond World Adlevin. The planet was burned to an obsidian hellscape the moment Nanook ascended. Filled with despair, your parents swaddled you in warm clothing and placed you into an ice ship. As they watched you sink into the turbulent waves of the starscape, they felt a newfound hope. You are found and raised by strangers. You are the only savior, the promise of rebirth.
Wait, I wrote that. That's a story I made up about my past. Great. Forget memories. Now everyone gets to see my imagination.
March 7th, one of the Nameless, after being picked up because she had no past to speak of. She was an Eon, and Eons have no past. From the moment they ascend, the past and future of their existence becomes inundated by their path. March 7th's mistake was the loss of the authority of the Eons.
Could it be? That never even occurred to me. But I guess it's not impossible.
March, leave your memories in the past. Why do you insist on returning to them? If they were so important to you, wouldn't you have remembered them? The moment a nameless boards the express, a new life begins. We set out on a new road, never to return. Explore, trailblaze, but do not dwell on the past. You'll tarnish the reputation of the nameless.
March 7th. One of the name after being because she March 7th.
Could it be? Finally. All done. I better meet up with Fu Xuan if I want to keep going through my memories.
March. Leave your memory. Why do you insist the moment? Explore.
Enough! You're not her! Nothing like her! She would never try and force me to give up something so important to me. I don't care who you are. Disappear right now and let me pass. And don't you ever pretend to be one of my friends again.
I see through you. Together as one. Human creations. I'm okay. Nap and awaken. Yin and yang. Forward. Human creations. Nap time. Together as one. I'm okay. Forward. Not a scratch. Nap time. Human creations.
Weren't there coordinates sent out from the space station? Weak heartbeat pulse. March, you better do CPR.
This is the first time we met her. But she isn't here. Who are you? I don't remember you.
I am a messenger of the Garden of Recollection. Miss March, please refrain from looking back upon your past. Leave the matrix of prescience and return to reality. The past is not worth exploring. It will only hurt you.
You're the one who needs to leave. I'm not letting this go.
The Garden of Recollection? Did the Glow Swader send you? Are you the one meddling with my observations? What do you want with this girl? No matter the nature of your intentions, stealing others' memories like this, deceiving them, blinding them. I cannot allow that to happen.
You leave me no choice but to resort to unconventional means.
Miss March, this might feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to enter your memory world and help you clear out any obstacles. fortune is clouded. Converge and awaken.
Forward!
Human creations. Nap yin and yang. No matter. Nap time. Yin and yang. Together as one. Human creations. Yin and yang. Nap time. Converge and awaken. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Human creations. No matter.
Not a scratch.
That's better. Yin and yang. Together as one. Human creations. Nap time. Nap time. Converge and awaken. No matter. Human creations. That's better. Together as one. Human creations. Nap time. Converge and awaken. Nap time. Human creations.
time. Together as one. Human creations. Nap time. Converge and awaken. Human creations. Nap time. Together as one. Nap time. Yin and yang. Human creations. No matter. Converge and awaken. Nap time. Okay.
You bully!
Human creations. No matter. Yin and yang. Together as one. Nap time. Nap time.
Thanks for your help, Miss Fushuen.
I promised I'd watch over you. Besides, I've been blessed by the Wisdom Walker. I will never tolerate efforts to impede the truth.
That person said she was a messenger. The Garden of Recollection. Why would they come after me?
Many members of the Garden have their own agenda. It's impossible to confirm anything from a cursory introduction. This is the Astral Express, no? It would seem that you're nearing the source. The matrix of Prescience Ultima should start making further calculations soon. Do you remember where it was exactly that you were discovered?
They set the ice down in one of the passenger cars. It ended up being my room.
Then let's pass through this carriage and find your room.
Danheng, let's crack open this ice block. Perhaps we can still save the girl inside.
Be careful not to harm her.
I've got this. Pom Pom, go and get the first aid kit.
This must be when the crew first found me. I don't remember a thing.
Some memories are buried deep within you. It takes time for them to resurface.
What's going on? How come we're back at the start?
It's the messenger. She's interfering with your movements again.
Don't look back. Keep going forward.
Don't look back. Keep going forward. Don't look back. Keep going forward.
It seemed like that kid was trapped in ice, but the substance doesn't share the same physical properties. How bizarre. The crystals show at least 6 structures under differing conditions. 6 phased ice. The galaxy really is an enigma.
Of course, I hope we can take her in. Or, rather, I can offer a conclusion based on the most basic of moral judgments. Now that we've found her, we have to look after her. But naturally, I'm concerned about whether or not this places the Astral Express in any danger.
The Astral Express welcomes everyone. Don't worry. Do what you feel is right, and Pop-Pom will take care of the rest.
Thanks. I feel more at ease now. I just hope she'll have a good time on the Express and not feel too alienated from the rest of us.
Stop worrying so much. Pom-Pom will say it again. The Astral Express welcomes everyone.
Everyone agreed to take you in. I'm an exile. And by the look of things, you might not have a home to go back to either. But here on the Express, nobody is alone. Himiko said that your vitals were all stable. She just didn't know when you'd regain consciousness.
The Interfere has been thwarting your progress this whole time. Maybe the only way for you to find your past is to take a step back. The Interfere has been thwarting your Maybe the only way...
Don't look back. Keep going forward. I get it. If I do the exact opposite, I'll find my way out. You're a true genius, March.
As soon as you open this door, the Matrix of Prescience will start calculating your past. Whenever you're ready.
Is this my room? I didn't get a chance to tidy up. Don't judge.
This is your room? That block of ice in the center. Has it always been there?
Ice?
This must be the foreign object. Looks like our exploration has reached its final stage. I will confirm one last time. Are you sure you wish to keep exploring your past?
Yes, I'm sure. Master Diviner?
She is busy running the Matrix of Prescience Ultima.
You again? What I do with my past is none of your business. Why do you have to make things so difficult?
Please, trust the Garden of Recollection. Everything I'm doing is for your protection.
You don't protect people by imprisoning them.
We know. If you are truly set on learning about your past, then come with me. I'll show you the origin that you seek. I hope that you will refrain from exploring any further than this. Trust me when I say, nothing good can come of it. There it is, your origin. Your life unfolds from this point on, full of unique experiences and adventure. What happened prior is meaningless to you. The value of your life does not lie in what happened in the past, but in the present and the future. The eagle returns from an unsuccessful hunt. The sailor avoids the course they know to be dangerous. And you, my child, should come to learn that the past is just an illusion. But your experiences now will be remembered forever. It is time to say goodbye. Here, a parting gift for you. I look forward to our next encounter.
Wait! Hold on! Miss Fu Xuan, why did the simulation just cut off like that? I'm fine. Just a little lightheaded is all.
And the Matrix of Prescience stopped at precisely the same moment. March, I lost sight of you once you touched that block of ice. What happened?
It's kinda hard to explain.
So, that mysterious girl was really a messenger of the Glow Swather?
Glow Swather? You mean Fu Li, the Remembrance? Are they the Eon connected to my past?
No, it's too early to draw such a conclusion. All I can say is that it was very likely an Eon that sealed away your memories. But not necessarily Fu Li. When the messenger spoke of protection, perhaps she meant the following. By sealing away your memories, the Glow Swather wasn't attempting to harm you, but to shield you from the memories themselves.
It's not so bad. At least I know it has to do with the Garden of Recollection, right?
It seems like retrieving memories is beyond the operational spectrum of the Matrix of Prescience Ultima.
That's all right. You've helped me so much already, Master Diviner. I owe you a big one.
If you'll excuse me, I must organize an inspection of the Matrix. Fingers crossed there's no damage done.
We'll leave you to it then. Run. If we broke something, there'll be a huge bill to pay.
It's getting late. Where to now?
The ambrosial arbor.
I have delivered the missive about the meeting. Do you have any questions, Master Dan Heng?
I know all that I wish to know. Thank you, Miss Huan Xi.
You need not address me as Miss. I am but one of Miss Bailu's maids. Then again, if I may be so bold as to make a humble request.
Go ahead.
Before this goes ahead... Oh, who might this be? I'm speaking with Master Dan Heng. I'm afraid this doesn't involve you. Please take your leave.
She is a close friend. I've invited her along to bear witness. Please, treat her as you would me. Now, what was your request?
Then I hope you don't plan on meeting with Miss Bailu. Please, hear what I have to say. I have good reason to be concerned. Perhaps you should know that Miss Bailu's path to becoming a High Elder was neither in compliance with proper protocol, nor of her own volition. Everything was a result of the stubbornness of her predecessor, Dan Feng. His hubris and tyranny brought about the end of the Luofu's High Elder succession. The preceptors heard of Master Dan Heng's return, and were uncertain whether it constituted good or ill fortune. However, many have surmised that the Luofu's High Elder succession tradition will soon be back in force. If true, that is indeed something worth celebrating. Whether we find another suitable candidate in accordance with the laws of our people, or have you take up the position anew, everything can still be mended. But if Master Dan Heng were to hand everything over to Miss Bailu, it could lead to great upheavals on the horizon. No good would come of it for her. Such a major matter as this is naturally up to the Preceptor Elders. I couldn't possibly say. I've been a maid here for 12 years now, and was with my mistress every day as she studied medicine and received tutelage. I've witnessed her countless escapes, and the inevitable, unwilling returns. As far as a Xianzhou is concerned, children like her enjoy a charmed and happy childhood. But as a High Elder in nothing but name alone, Miss Bailu is highly restricted in her actions, and has no freedom or say about her own life. I can't bear it. Your Highness, please think about this poor child. Miss Bailu is young, naive, and easily manipulated by others. I worry that under the pressure of others, she would be convinced into taking up too great a burden.
I understand your concern, but I have nothing more to say on the matter at present.
Then I will bid my farewell. Master Dan Heng, whether you choose to meet Miss Bailu or go with me to see the Preceptor Elders, I will be waiting for you by the ferry leading to Scale Gorge Waterscape.
I haven't even set eyes on Bailu, and people are already urging me not to meet her. No need. March will find out sooner or later. You know that I'm a descendant of the Luofu Vidyadhara. In Scale Gorge Waterscape, you witnessed my secret strength, as March would call it. Yet that power stems from Danfeng, my previous incarnation. He altered the process of High Elder succession, plunging everything into catastrophe. Ultimately, he suffered the punishment of molting rebirth. Based on the physiological principles of Vidyadhara reincarnation, I ought to have been an entirely new entity. And, in view of the law, all crimes from my previous incarnation should have been wiped clean. But in reality, I was locked up in the shackling prison at birth. Even after I was released and left the Xianzhou, my High Elder past and Danfeng's enemies pursued me like a haunting shadow. Now, I plan to face that shadow. In order to make amends, I want to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal and visit the High Elder to see what more I can do. The start skiff is ready. Let's go.
I don't believe
Get your extractor cleaned or your...
the rumors are true. You really are back. I'm Hilo Lu Ying of the Alchemy Commission. I'm a Vidyadhara too, as you can see. I'd heard the reincarnation of the Great Sinner has returned to the Luofu and wanted to offer some advice.
Oh?
Leave this troubled place immediately.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. What does the Alchemy Commission want, then?
Return to being a nameless. Stay out of the High Elder's succession. The Luofu Vidyadhara have finally recovered from Danfeng's grievous sins, and were blessed with a compassionate and caring High Elder in Bailu. None of this was easy. Your return has stirred up resentment and ambition among the preceptors, and threatens our situation.
I have no intention of threatening Bailu's position.
You may have a clear conscience, but even so, as long as you remain on the Luofu, invisible forces will try to coerce you. Leave now. It is the best outcome for everyone involved. Do not repeat the mistakes of a past life in this one. Farewell.
Excuse me, are you two on your way to the Alchemy Commission, Delph?
Hello. What brings you two here? The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
Even you came to dissuade me from visiting the High Elder, General?
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon Lady's care. Our paths have merely crossed. But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture. Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Vidyadhara
will inevitably attract certain parties, those that would work circumstances to their advantage, be it Dongfeng, the Preceptors, or the Alchemy Commission that trained the Dragon Lady.
Your injury hasn't dulled your instincts, General. The Preceptors and the Commission seem deeply concerned.
A chance meeting is a gift from fate. Why don't I help you to fathom their intent then? The power struggle between the Preceptors and their High Elder is a tale as old as time. And someone as powerful as Dongfeng, who was completely beyond their control, was enough for them to harbor a hidden rage. The Elders used to have a small say in appointing the new High Elder. Who could have imagined that Dongfeng would pick his own successor? And yet, that is precisely what happened, and all they could do was accept the result. Now that Dongfeng has arrived, the Elders see yet another chance. How could they let it go? The Dragon Lady has no power, and Dongfeng is a criminal. One can understand their desire for a new High Elder. The Preceptors have been suppressed for some time now. They will inevitably try to overturn the situation. These people speak of legitimacy. They believe that Bai Lu was chosen as heir apparent by the previous High Elder, and that unless she were to commit a terrible sin, the Preceptors should have no right whatsoever to choose again. The Healer Lady has draconic features and scarcely believable therapeutic abilities. Some regard this as evidence that she is the High Elder, but the Preceptors are fixated on strength and are unwilling to accept her. Now that Dongfeng's reincarnation has shown a command over the vast marine expanse of luminescent depths, those longing to keep the traditional bequeathal of the High Elder feel increasingly uneasy. After Dongfeng's abdication, they fought against the Preceptors and saved Bai Lu's dignity. They demonstrated a true devotion. These folks aren't the type to just let it go. It is an internal affair of the Vidyadharas. As long as it does not disturb the peace aboard the Luofu, it does not involve the General of the Cloud Knights. Nevertheless, as a friend, let me remind you of one thing. So long as Dongfeng and Bai Lu, with their respective High Elder powers and titles, both remain on the Luofu, the Vidyadhara will never cease their internal strife. This is not to say that either of you are to blame. It's getting late. You are headed to repair the Arbor's seal at Scale Gorge Waterscape and visit the High Elder, no? Farewell for now. I should start taking this business of rest and recuperation a little more seriously.
Master Dongfeng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bai Lu?
Miss Bai Lu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Vidyadhara.
Wait. Master Dongfeng's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the Preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity. And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Vidyadhara will never accept him. Die, Danfeng.
Conflict requires undivided focus.
You say Danfeng was merely a previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
Awaken, Dormant Scales.
Blood Cleansing Dragon.
Awaken, Dormant Scales.
Blood Cleansing Dragon. As I expected, Danfeng, you have returned.
Not yet. Not now.
Master Danheng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bailu?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Vidyadhara.
Wait. Master Danheng's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity. And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Vidyadhara will never accept him. Die, Danfeng. You say Danfeng was merely a previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
Grace. Grace.
Master Danheng, you're back. Have you made your decision?
Die, Danfeng. You say Danfeng was merely a previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
scales.
Blood cleansing dragon.
Grace.
As I expected, Dan Feng, you have returned.
Not yet. Not now.
Die, Dan Feng. You say Dan Feng was merely your previous incarnation. How, then, do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
Awaken dormant scales.
Blood cleansing dragon.
The strength. The times are changed. Grace. Awaken dormant scales.
Blood cleansing dragon. As I expected, Dan Feng.
Thank you for rescuing me, Master Dan Heng.
They came from me. I'm sorry you got dragged into it.
It's risky to remain here. We should leave. Master Dan Heng, after your meeting, will you go with me to see the elders?
Should I ever want to meet the preceptors, Miss Huan Si, I'll ask you to pass on the message.
I understand. Please alight, Your Highness. Miss Bailu awaits you at Dragon Vista Rain Hall.
It could be dangerous ahead. We should proceed carefully.
Like always, Dan Heng, let's make this quick.
Don't worry. If anything happens, I'll just put you back together. So slow. I've been waiting for you here for ages. Hello there. Long time no see. What are you doing here?
We were met by an assassin on the way over, miss.
An assassin? Are you okay? Are you injured?
Fortunately, the skills of Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng, miss. Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they? I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bailu.
You're Dan Heng? I heard about about how you parted the ancient sea and Scale Gorge waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
Miss Bailu, please don't say things like that.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Danfeng's reincarnation. Suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail? If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
About the High Elder succession. I have no intention of getting entangled in that. I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal. This is the duty of the Lawful Vidyadhara.
Oh, really? Then why'd you come to CB? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation, and while I can't guarantee a solution, I will do my best to improve things for you.
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So, you want me to go with you to Scale Gorge Waterscape?
Precisely.
Let's go then.
Miss Bailu.
Guanxi, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can. I've got these two to look after me. Don't worry.
Old friends, meet yet again. Old friends, meet yet again.
What a magnificent sight! Is that the Ambrosial Arbor?
Yes. Forming a seal and using their power to curb the spread of the Arbor's roots is an important task entrusted to the Luofu's High Elder.
News to me. The elders must be well aware that I'm not qualified for this position. Which begs the question, why did Danfeng choose me all those years ago?
That's exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out. Among the Vidyadhara, the High Elder is the existence closest to the permanence. According to historical records, the High Elder succession involves a secret ritual known as the Transmutation Arcanum, as well as a treasure known as Dragon Heart. Once succession is complete, the former High Elder undergoes a hatching rebirth, while the new High Elder begins to display draconic features. However, Danfeng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. And yet for some reason, it also created you.
So, in medical terms, he messed up the prescription. And brought suffering down on himself and just about everyone else in the process.
I want to use this opportunity to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal, and see if I can help recall our memories. Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots. Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague. Water of the ancient sea.
Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
This feeling.
That's it. You did it. And this alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. I became really huge and the whole of Scale Gorge Waterscape was responding to my voice, resonating with me. That's fun! Danheng, teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Wait. Can you feel it? There's someone coming. You! Who are you? Protect Bailu!
Hey! I'm doing the protecting here! Nobody's getting hurt with me around.
Forward!
World cleansing dragon.
like they managed to appear right next to us without a sound.
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smokescreen. I'm afraid this ambush was probably lying in wait for us. Seems like some people have had enough of my presence. If so, why would they want to harm Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here. Go!
Look at that shadow. Could it be an assassin?
Don't worry. Those things aren't hostile.
This power, it rivals the tidal forces in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Is that you, Danfeng? Have you returned?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called Mirage Echoes. They are memories of past lives and echoes from the past that the Vidyadhara shed during their rebirth.
The books say that these mirages only speak to people they can recognize, and the water on their bodies can be used as medicine.
Seems this mirage mistook me for Danfeng.
There's no mistake. This old man would recognize your voice anywhere. Have you come to this sacred place to repent? The proud son of the Vidyadhara, hero of the High Cloud Quintet. You fought with us your whole life. How far you have fallen. You availed yourself of the Transmutation Arcanum to summon that draconic abomination, and almost laid waste to Scale Gorge Waterscape in the process. If your allies hadn't united to slay it, then the abomination would have destroyed the ambrosial Arbor Seal. Tell me, did it sadden you to watch the abomination perish? As the High Elder, you should have freed us from the plight of rebirth and set foot on a brand new path. But instead, you were seduced by your reputation and abandoned yourself. You counted Xianzhou natives and even short-life species among your friends. The upcoming trial is your final chance. Hand over the secrets of the Transmutation Arcanum now, and the Preceptors can help you keep your secrets. Isn't that draconic abomination you created proof of the Transmutation Arcanum's success?
I heard that Danfeng craved the powers of our dragon ancestor Long the Permanence, and created a monstrous dragon-like creature. That must be what he's referring to. And so the hero of the Xianzhou became its arch-villain. Elder, look around you. You've long since reincarnated. What remains here are just the mirages of the waters of the ancient sea.
Impossible. I still live! The High Elder succession will not be severed in this generation.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans. I guess Danfeng probably never told them the secret of the Transmutation Arcanum.
We shouldn't linger here. The assassins are using skilled cloud hymn magic to make themselves invisible. But their presence is all too real. These Mirage Echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the water. Let's look for Mirage Echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.
another invisible assassin?
Careful. They're waiting for us to get close enough to reveal our weak spots.
Violet, you fled the Alchemy Commission yet again. How many times have I told you our rules state that...
Sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Wait. I remember that voice. That's the old chief alchemist. So she's... reborn?
Reborn? More excuses. Who brought you out this time? Is that Master Danfeng? I don't think so. The appearance of the Law Fu's High Elders have been similar through the ages, but there's no mistaking Master Danfeng. Bailu, return to the Forbidden Residence. I must speak with Master Danfeng.
Okay. Wait! No! You were just a mirage echo! I got tricked again!
Master Danfeng, I finally understand your plan. That little girl is the key to the Transmutation Arcanum. This is a breakthrough for my research. The Vidyadhara perform self-reincarnation, but we are unable to reproduce. Natural and artificial disasters inevitably reduce our population. If this continues, one day our noble draconic bloodline will perish, and the fated decree of the permanence will be violated. For this very reason, I have spent my entire life researching ways to free the Vidyadhara from the cycle of reincarnation. I have been without success for a long time, thinking that this reincarnation had been naught but a waste. But now, you have enlightened me.
Danfeng. What did he do?
Master Danfeng, your changes to the Transmutation Arcanum created a draconic abomination that wreaked great destruction. But it also created a new life. This is the hope that will one day allow the Vidyadhara to reproduce. My understanding of reproduction was limited by ordinary notions. How constrained I was. Why should Vidyadhara reproduction remain trapped within the confines of our race? To unearth the potential might of Long's blood and incorporate other races into the flesh of the dragon, isn't that the real meaning behind the Transmutation Arcanum? The Preceptors are too narrow-minded to see your talent. They want to install another High Elder. Foolish.
What does she mean by that?
The Transmutation Arcanum seems to contain a secret that allows the Vidyadhara to escape the cycle of reincarnation and return to normal reproduction. But the mechanism eludes me. Let's go.
World cleansing dragon. Rise! Break! World cleansing dragon. World cleansing dragon.
Miss Violet, what are you doing in my pharmacy?
Seems like none of the Mirage Echoes realize that you've already been reborn.
They are mere fragments stripped from the lives of the Vidyadhara.
I have never believed in a High Elder. Especially you, Miss Priestess. Precisely. Merciful Medicus, one day you will...
It's you, Master Dongfeng. Why did you disgrace yourself? You were my hero. I dreamed of being just like you. Of joining the Cloud Knights. But you betrayed the hopes and dreams of the Elders.
This Mirage Echo. You must be a Cloud Knight who fought alongside Dongfeng all those years ago.
How many of us perished in that disaster and could not be reincarnated? And my leg was torn off by that abomination. Oh, the pain. The doctors at the Alchemy Commission said I have to reincarnate as soon as possible to avoid affecting my immortal life. But my poor comrades have no chance of returning to the ancient sea. You once told us that we should cherish every life cycle, and that you would use Cloudian magic to heal our wounds. But in the end, all you did was betray us.
I must listen to him very carefully. We cannot afford to miss any information.
I will never forgive you. The High Elder's power belongs to the Vidyadhara of the Lawfu. You are unworthy. The Vidyadhara must not sever the High Elder's succession tradition just because of you. Hand it over.
Danhong, is this the price we pay for bearing the power of the High Elder? Carrying the weight of all these expectations. All this hatred.
Before any of this transpires, you have enough time to prepare.
Just a little something. Think nothing much. That's better.
Blood cleansing dragon. Blood cleansing dragon. Blood cleansing dragon.
Miss Bailu, are you okay? I was so worried. Yuan Li! Is that you? I thought something must have happened to you. It's me, Miss Bailu. I'm so sorry. We're the preceptors, and after a while, Yuan Li, don't worry. I never told anyone about my dreams. Good. Yes. Yes. Let's keep going.
Rise! Blood cleansing dragon.
Just a little something. Think nothing
Miss Bailu, are you okay? You were in there for such a long time.
Luckily, I had Dan Heng and her to protect me all the way. If anyone's owed a thanks, it's them.
I didn't expect those assassins to be so brazen and reckless, storming a sacred place like Scale Gorge Waterscape and pursuing you. Rest assured, Miss Bailu, I'll report them to the elders and round them all up. Fortunately, the three of you were blessed by the gods. If anything had happened to you, it would have been a dereliction of duty on my part.
Assassins. None of us mentioned that the danger involved assassins. How did you know that?
Oh, it's because we were already attacked at the ferry, no? I was just worried that those people would try and attack you again.
You said those assassins only came from Mr. Dan Heng, but the ones we met in the ruins were coming from me instead.
Perhaps the real dereliction of duty was that not enough happened to you.
So, did the elders send you to take out the unworthy High Elder?
That was my idea alone. How could the Preceptors have come up with that? From my perspective, the Vidyadhara requires only one High Elder. A second High Elder, one who is weak and useless, must be removed. Miss Bailu, our relationship as mistress and maid ends here. Farewell.
I sent a storm.
You don't look so good.
Lance at the ready.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon. The times are changed.
Let me tend your wounds.
I'm on guard.
The times are changed.
Need a doctor?
Lance at the ready.
Time to show you what's in your prescription! Let me tend your wounds.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Need a doctor?
Lance at the ready.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Am I too late?
General! Did you bring reinforcements?
Reinforcements? The master stroke. I am the reinforcement. Here is thunder!
Where's the dog?
I'm on guard.
Need one.
Not a scratch.
Secret of the conflict is pitiless!
Lance at the ready. Not a scratch. Lance ablaze. Lance forward!
Awaken dormant scales.
World cleansing dragon.
Trifling. Here is thunder! Time for the map. Show no mercy.
I'm on guard.
Grace.
A miracle. Conflict is pitiless.
The strength.
Was that it? Follow my charge. Here is thunder! A foregone conclusion.
Lance at the ready.
Time for... Show no mercy.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward!
Awaken dormant scales.
World cleansing dragon.
Conflict is pitiless.
A pity. So close.
Did the Preceptors truly believe that nobody knew of their scheme? They should return to their senses. Attacking the Dragon Lady only destroys what little prestige they have remaining.
The whole thing was planned by me and me alone. Beware of false charges, General.
Save your breath. We all know the truth once the Cloud Knights send you to the Ten Lords Commission's judges.
Too late, Jing Yuan. I go no further.
I always felt useless in the eyes of the elders. A false dragon who failed to inherit the power of the High Elder. And today I realized they'll use any means of removing me.
Not all of the Vidyadhara harbor evil intentions. If you feel uneasy, Dragon, the Seat of Divine Foresight can arrange for you to stay elsewhere.
Thank you, General. I'd like to talk more with Dan Heng first.
Very well. I will await all of you at the fair.
The Vidyadhara have neither parents nor family members. Once born, The teacher is assigned to instruct the young Vidyadhara in the art of Cloud Hymn, as well as various life skills. Dunhong, did you have a teacher like that?
If you're asking about Vidyadhara tradition, I'm afraid that's something I never had any experience of. I've always been a wanderer. I can never return to my homeland. In my fragmented dreams, I meet enemies on the battlefield. But in my travels, I meet many people who I can describe with the word teacher.
As far back as I can remember, I've had the preceptors and alchemy commission healers telling me what to do. Cure diseases, save lives. I don't know if that counts as teaching. You know something? It feels like you're the teacher I've been waiting for. Virtuous in the past life, master in the next life. Perhaps we were friends or disciples in our previous incarnations.
A friend or disciple of Danfeng? Maybe. Miss Bailu. At first, I was worried that your title of High Elder was in name only, and that an absence of true power would eventually put you in grave danger. It seems I was overthinking things. You have no shortage of true power.
You mean the power to repair the seal? The power you taught me?
The Mirage Echoes of Scale Gorge Waterscape mentioned that not only was Danfeng a brave warrior, he could heal others with Cloud Hymn magic. What you have is the power of the High Elder that belongs to you. The power of life that can reforge the Arbor Seal and the vitality of the Eternal Roots. It is a world away from my power of destruction.
In that case, Dunfeng probably had a gentle side to him too, right?
Perhaps.
We should head back to the healer's market. I have other things to do today. Let's go.
Now that the seal is repaired, my affairs on the Xianzhou have drawn to an end. For the time being.
Are you planning on staying on the Luofu? The banishment decree has been revoked, and the preceptors have regained an awareness of the situation. This is your chance to return to your homeland. I do not seek to take Danheng away from you.
As a nameless, the Express still needs me.
Ah, that is a pity. I think I should refrain from violating the healer's orders any further. The weariness is creeping up on me once again. Time to lie down. Farewell, all of you.
Upend the ancient sea and return to old ground. It's a letter for Danheng, but who is it from? I should ask the conductor.
I just found this in my pocket. How did it get there? Looks like a light cone. Didn't that weird voice in the Matrix say something about a parting gift? Well, I guess this is it. My origin, huh? I don't know why, but the voice sounded friendly to me. Well, guess I'll keep it then. Jumping through all those hoops in the Matrix was pretty exhausting, but this little gift makes me feel like it was worth it. I'll have to find time to thank Miss Fu Xuan properly. I really owe her one. Hey, the me in the light cone looks kinda cute, don't you think? Obviously! How could light cone me be cuter than actual me? Heave ho! Heave ho! Huh? Trailblazer, do you need help with something? Pom-Pom's been cleaning up this whole time and didn't see any letters. What? Don't scare Pom-Pom like that! Why are there always strange things sneaking onto our train? Pom-Pom is going to upgrade the security level around here. What does the letter say? It looks like an invitation. Who could have sent it? Does Dan Hong have any friends on the Law Fu? If Pom-Pom remembers correctly, he said he was exiled from there, right?
Unlikely. If the general sent the letter, he would have signed it.
Why don't you show Dan Hong the letter? You know where to find him.
What is it? Do you need something? There's no signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them. Thanks, but I don't even know where to start. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Dan Feng's past should be handled with care. just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting her leave first was a wise choice. I can't put her in danger again because of this. But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? Maybe I should make a trip to the Seat of Divine Foresight. I need to ask Jing Yuan about the Stellaron Hunters.
Don't worry. If anything happens, I'll just put you back together.
Danger.
After all this time away from the Luofu, the Seat of Divine Foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh?
I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Dan Heng.
Greetings. I need to speak to the General about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility. They can deduct my next 100-year salary if they like.
That won't be necessary. The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Dan Heng. Do you recognize the person on the steps?
I can't say that I know her, but she does look a little familiar. Is she a guest of the General's?
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jing Liu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou La Fu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the general's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazin, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Luofu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jing Liu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
Imbibitor Lune, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime, Dan Heng? Danger. Danger.
Master Dan Heng, she's asking for you specifically.
Be careful. Don't underestimate her.
When I left the Cienjo, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the Shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world, but then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
The life of Imbibitor Lunae ended. I stand before you, a completely different person.
I understand. The sins of a past life should be forgiven after rebirth. Now you are a nameless, traveling across the galaxy. But can anyone really bid farewell to their past? If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth and turned you into what you are now.
You're not here to reminisce on old times. Tell me why you're here.
You didn't hear? That Vidyadhara girl explained it clear as day. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the Shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the Shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the Shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the Shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Luofu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer. You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue-twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape. It will be the last view of the Law Fu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Ju-Ming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the General. The 5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer, regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life. Accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
Young man, have you ever heard of Bai Hung, the Foxian pilot?
Bai Hung. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a watch from the sky, I presume?
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful.
Tedious.
Nap time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
Stand down. In the lunar flame. Later.
Nap time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
We've arrived. All ship production in Stargazer Navalia starts here. Just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Bai Hung's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Hey, I don't read much, but the General forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Starskiff. The author's name was Bai Hung.
That's right. Bai Hung was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck really was out of this world.
Indeed, her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few starskiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Skyfaring Commission secretly referred to her as the Starskiff Killer. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Starskiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Ha! That'll do it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
See, the Starskiff is complete.
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Bai Hung in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her. In Bibiter Lunae, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
The Abundance Emanator, Shuhu, rallied a great army and attacked the Alliance. I read about it in the Shackling Prison.
You seem to be interested in learning about your past life. Still, all of that was erased. After Shuhu attacked the borders, he disappeared without a trace. There are no records of his remains either. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Bai Hung, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Cienjo soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in, Imbibitor Lunae. You couldn't accept that Bai Heng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone. There is no need to respond, Imbibitor Lunae. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff. Danger. Bai Heng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Cienjo's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the Creation Furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
I'm not asking you to point your spear at me. Could it be that the abominations here aren't enough to motivate you?
The moonshine and the truth.
Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's
like you never forgot.
Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lune. We have all the time in the world.
Something's not right. Don't think about
The motion. This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lune. Do you know who crafted it for you?
It's built ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Just a little something. Don't nothing. Next time, try harder. That's better. Later. The lunar flame.
Nap time.
A miracle.
Just a little something. Ain't nothing.
Secret of mistake.
Nap time.
The lunar flame.
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunay's. Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
This spear is sharp enough to pierce dragon scales. Be careful, High Elder, lest you hurt yourself with it.
Yingxing. You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature, but when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the master craftsmen. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
He transformed into a long-life species?
Correct. Such are the twists of destiny. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid in Bibiter Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion. His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the Abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shu Ling and stand before the 6 generals, even the marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingyuan. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
Danheng, what a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
Miss Bailu. She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. But who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucence worms so I can take a closer look. Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Danheng, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that she
won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
Today's her last day on the Luofu.
What a shame. If she could stay for a few days, I might be able to figure out how to cure her. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. I won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, Things have been a mess around here. Tanhung, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
I can smell the herbs. It's around here. Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away! There's an even bigger monster protecting this one! When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful. Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
So this is why your hands are so cold! This isn't something normal flesh could withstand!
That's better.
And the lunar flame.
Just a little something. And happiness.
And the lunar flame.
That's better.
Alright, let me make sure nothing's missing. Excellent. The calming valerian and chi strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Don't make the patient wait too long. Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara struck? don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment, and the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend. Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink. How sad that Scale Gorge Waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jing Liu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye. A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jing Yuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the 2 of you beforehand.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist, but this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jing Liu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Xianzhou lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, Why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer. Which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away. Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Imbibitor Lunae, what do you plan on doing next?
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth. Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today. I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler. I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did? Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
I will see it through.
Elio's script. I don't mind prolonging my...
Try so Seasons that refuse to change over the years will find their way back on track. We made a choice, go fight against your fate. Pain will come with the blade. Pain will wake up the despondent crowd in this storm and world.